Croeso I Sianel Blaid Llwyd. We're back at the University of San Vicente, more from Ocean Avenue. Let's just start. If you remember, we ended after the party last time. And so this takes us on to day 3. Sunday, September the 20th. God, my head hurts. Hold on. Where am I? How did I end up here? Last thing I remember, I was at Vic's party. I shift through my covers? How did I do this? Did I really walk myself home? I just moved here. I couldn't even do that sober. Are you doing okay in there? I didn't even think about Marcus. What if I left him behind? Yeah? I'm going to make a toasted BLO. Want me to make you one? If there's one thing the two of us can bond over, it's our hatred for raw tomatoes and our love for onions. Sure, BLO me. How long will it take you? 10 minutes, max. Want me to make yours last? Sure. My head needs more than 10 minutes. Guess I'll have to tough it out. Just a little more sleep. Food. Still pantless, I walk into the kitchen to see a fully prepared meal laid out on the counter. Marcus is washing the last of his utensils. Isn't it a bit early for lunch? At 12:15. Oh. Did I really sleep in that late? When did I even fall asleep? Around 3 in the morning. How'd you hear that? You're mumbling to yourself. First, I walked you home. Do you remember anything after you passed out? I... Passed out? Yeah, you looked banged up. I'm going to need more than that to go off of. Well, this is the story of how I often got blackout drunk. Oh, shut up. Marcus picks up what appears to be my plate and hands it to me as we sit down to eat. So, what was the last thing you remember? We played beer die together? Yeah, we really got into it. And hugged after we won. So, you remember that? Marcus trails off, taking a bite out of his sandwich. Are you sure I didn't make you feel uncomfortable? Seriously, it was fine. I didn't expect it from you, but it was all in good favour. Maybe if we win a big tournament someday, we'll have a good reason to do it again. Yeah. Marcus chuckles. Well, we got a lot of training to do before we get there. Yep. I'm sure we can win a game of beer die, we can win a beach tournament. If only it were that easy. I grin and take a bite out of my sandwich. Damn, this man knows how to cook. Well, let's get back to last night. Do you remember? Marcus takes a moment, seeing if I'd be grossed out by the following event. Yeah, thanks to water. Yeah, no problem. We never drank together, so I didn't know how overboard you went. I've had worse nights. I don't want to even think about my worst night. Once he found me, Dad berated me and I couldn't attend a party for the rest of the year. At least I can't get grounded at university. It felt awful in the moment, but I wasn't going to die. With how much you drank in such a short span, I was shocked you didn't crash sooner. Oh. Yes, I am a heavyweight. Well, not to be a buzzkill, but I've had friends who are the same size as you could drink twice as much without a problem. Gee, thanks for ruining my moment of pride. Marcus moves around in his chair, pensive about his next comment. Well, I don't want to see you hurt yourself to keep up with the other guys. Marcus picks up his sandwich. I follow suit. We take some bites before picking up the conversation again. And do you remember anything after that? You told me you're getting a second wind before I let you be. Next thing you know, I found you sprawled over a trash can unconscious. I did what? Then how did I get here? Oh, I helped you out of the trash can and carried you home. I'm to look like a damsel in distress being saved by his knight in shining armour. Really? Yeah, sure. Although it did get kind of annoying when you started drooling on my arms. Hopefully it wasn't too bad. And then you started snoring and kicking. Come on, you're making stuff up now. Well, I could be. You wouldn't know. Carry on, I guess. What else is there to describe? Other than the kicking, you didn't make too much of a commotion. Took a couple of stops to sit down and rest, but other than that, it didn't take us too long to get home. This onlooker's calling me gay and stuff like that because I was carrying another man. Well, I think safety trumps getting called a few names. Once we got home, I wiped up the drool and then placed you in your bed. Wow, I can't believe you went through all that trouble for me. You're my roommate, of course I would help you out. Maybe next time you could try not passing out so I don't have to carry you home. Fair enough. We continue eating our sandwiches. Marcus turns on the TV and opens his laptop, signing into his Amazonia account. A few clicks and swipes later we are watching the event live. According to the description, this is the men's finals. Boy, we sure got lucky. Yeah, I can't believe I missed everything up to now. You mean we? Uh-huh. I guess making sure I had a roof over my head took priority. Marcus rolls his eyes as we both laugh. Yup. We start to watch the event. Fortunately, the match hasn't started yet, so we're given a rundown of what led up to this match. Well, you may have a rematch of last year's finals. The journey to get you is far different this time around. Let's start with our former runners-up, Todd and Pavin. The screen makes the transition over to highlight clips from prior matches. They battle their way through the challengers bracket after being upset in the second round by Lawrence and Lubin. Oh man, those guys are trouble. It's amazing how good they're defensive given their height. The Double L's had in their first L of the tournament in heartbreaking fashion, running 7-1 in the third set en route to a comeback, winning 16-14. No unexpected 15 seed upset in the second seed, especially in the championship tournament. When I interviewed afterwards, they didn't seem that affected by it, even complimenting the L's for their control of the tempo. They took that lesson to heart in the next few matches, not letting a single opponent pass 16 points in the next 4 matches. You can see them really managing their tempo and dragging other teams through the sand, giving us some of the best rallies all tournament, possibly all year. It wasn't until today they lost another set. They kicked things off facing a dynamite duo, Del Castro and Tanaka. Del Castro and Tanaka made it to day 3? No way. They're competing in our college beach league. Boy, will we have our hands full this fall. Truly. I was impressed by how similar the two pairs were in play style. Both had variety in their shots and exceptionally scrappy defence. The clash of discipline really shined in the second set when Del Castro and Tanaka refused match point 7 times before succumbing to a 27-25 loss. You'd think they'd left off the gas mentally after falling short in set 2, but it's quite the opposite. They had control of most of the third set, leaving 11-8, while took away 2 kills and a block to even the score. Todd and Pavin were fortunate enough to get that momentum and put themselves back in the driver's seat to win the final set 15-13. You could tell Del Castro not only took inspiration from his dad's defensive prowess, but also from Todd's ability to be a dual threat passing and blocking. I'm really looking forward to seeing them meet again. I'd say this match was a blessing in disguise for Todd and Pavin, because during the next match they were firing all cylinders. They made easy work of the Mackenzie twins in the semi-finals, shutting them down 21-18, 21-14 to advance to today's championship. The second announcer continues talking about the pair's success, rattling off various hitting and passing stats while moving on to the other finalist. Marcus multitasks as we watch, looking through his phone while listening to the broadcast. Man, I can't believe they're the same year as us. It'll take a ton of work to get close to their caliber. But hey, think of it this way, we'll have some good competition in our own league. Weren't you worried about our club not having good enough competition? Crap, I forgot I said that. I was probably still on my high horse from my community college days. Not like I myself actually played against them. Kinda. I overestimated my true skill level. I awkwardly chuckle. Oh, well maybe you can use some of your qualifications to help me out. Oh Marcus, if anything you're the one carrying me. Right, speaking of which, maybe we could learn a thing or two from this match. Want me to get a notepad and start taking notes? Oh my god, Marcus, you're so astute. Why, thank you. Marcus runs to his desk and rummages through a few drawers, taking out a notebook and a pencil. And just in time for the first serve. On the broadcast, we see Todd and Pavin crouched in passing position. Marcus slumps over the table, eyes glued to the TV. Do you think we could do this? Oh, what do you mean? Are we talented enough to even try and make one of those pro tournaments? Oh, I don't know. We could play in the qualifier next year and see how we do. I heard the entrance fee is pretty expensive compared to the tournaments we've been in, plus most of the players are at least AAA. You're only an A-level, I'm just a B-level player. Would it hurt to try? Worst case scenario, we go 1 and out in the qualifiers. We'd still have the memory of playing in a pro tournament. Are you feeling alright, Evan? What if I'm not a good match for you? Like, what if I'm hindering your potential and there's someone else out there who could better help you reach that goal? That's what the beach club is for. Excuse me? Oh, come on, I won't just kick you to the curb. We have a bunch of guys on our beach club. The greatest thing about it is we can experiment with partners and see who best matches us. You're not obligated to stick with one partner for the entire season. Guess I'm just worried I won't get the best partner chemistry if I don't commit early enough. Well, it's fine if things don't work out. The tournaments are low stakes in general. Just think about them like our hangout on Labour Day. You get to go to a beach, play a few matches and visit with other volleyball people. I'm being ridiculous. Why am I getting this stressed over something that's supposed to be relaxing? Right, why am I even making it more than it really is? I'm doing this to have fun. Well, while you were talking earlier, it didn't sound like you were having fun. Oh, come on. I elbow Marcus in the bicep. Hey, you're going to mess up my perfect penmanship. Like it's going to make any difference. Marcus's grin widens into a big smile. Now you're getting it. The two of us resume watching the game, making remarks here and there about the plays being made. Friday, September 25th. This week has been a blur so far. So many different faces and places I've had to meet over the past 4 days. Since I took things easy on Sunday, I was back to full health on Monday. My first lecture was such a flurry. The professor only spent 10 minutes talking about the syllabus, while spending the next hour rattling off the first lesson. I couldn't even breathe between taking notes. I got lucky with my next lecture. All we did was talk about the course goals and the program we could download to complete homework from our own computers. Being sat in an auditorium with over 300 students made it super easy to doze off. I could just refer to the syllabus online in case I missed anything. And after that I was done with school for the day. I got to experience my first university lunch break in the strip with Marcus and Kenny. Marcus found me drowning amongst a sea of students walking down the long walkway and invited me to have subs with them. We sat in the grass and talked away about our first day. Then came Tuesday. Oh Lord, was I not ready for the marathon I'd have to endure. Even with a later start, I was constantly worn out, bouncing back and forth from back-to-back courses. I didn't finish until 6 at night. When I was done, I could barely muster the energy to bike home. First thing I did when I got back was power nap for the next 3 hours. Waking up hungry is not an unusual thing for me, but to have dinner at 10 at night felt outlandish. But somehow my roommate was on the same cycle as me, waiting up his meal around the same time. First time? Oh, far from it. You'll get used to it. Next time I'll try not to be so loud. You're fine, man. You didn't wake me up. Oh, that's a relief. We spent the next hour chatting over instant ramen and orange juice. It's kind of nice having a late night dinner buddy. Wednesday and Thursday were similar to Monday and Thursday since our schedules were practically the same. The only difference was actually having homework assigned. That's when you know the honeymoon period of your courses is over. Finally we cut to today, Friday. Kenny was absent for our lunch group this time, but instead we got Vic's gang of teammates along with Selma. Once again we sat in the grass patch adjacent to the strip. The last thing we talked about before partying was the upcoming practice of the beach club this afternoon. All the guys seem to be on board. I can't wait to play against my podcast heroes. Sure, they'll probably destroy me, but there's always room to hope. But for now... But for now, I need to get this damn homework assignment done. I've been fiddling with the program for the past hour, and I still can't export the damn file. I swear this stupid program hates me. Well, call me crazy. It was behind the variable window. That should be it. I closed my computer and put it in my backpack. It feels so nice to be out in the sun again. I checked the time on my phone. 2:30. I got half an hour before the beach club practice. I'll start heading over to the beach now. What song is that? Is that Kenny? Is he playing the keyboard? I didn't know he could play. Might as well check it out. I walk over the row of club tables. Guess it's that time of year again. Group of 5 members are behind Kenny's club table. Stack of flyers are piled on the table with a giant paper labelled World Vision Club hung over the front. A female maned wolf appears to be singing a duet with a male fox. Having you there when I'm lost in despair, that's my wish. Wish and I'll grant it, your plea I will have it, it's been my dream. If I saw you at the shore, I'd swim all the sea. There's nothing I won't do to make you believe. Both of them chime in. Love's not a price tag that you can afford. No matter the diamonds, our love can't be sold. I'll have you know the distance won't break me. No matter our gap, boundaries won't seal our fate. This is the wish. Oh, catchy. It's kind of old school, but it still sounds good to me. I didn't know this was Kenny's type of music. So what did you think about our performance? Well, I know it's a bit old school, but our club does stuff old and new. We're a mix between a tribute band and a competitive song team. Have you been part of a band before or performed music to some capacity? Not really, no. The only musical talent I have is drumming my fingers on the table. We can always teach you the drums. No experience is necessary for our club. Speaking of which, the fox swipes a sheet from the top of the stack and hands it to me. We have auditions next Thursday. Don't worry about being good enough to make it. We just do it to get a feel for our participants and where they shine. Oh, where are my manners? I'm Johnny. He darts his hand out and gives me a curt handshake. Our friend here can talk up a storm. Hey. My name's Daniela, but everyone calls me Danny. Well, nice to meet you, Danny. Danny gives a short wave to me, to which I briefly wave back. Do you know anyone from our club? I just transferred you from Oak Hills, so not really. But I do know Kenny. Oh yeah, we played beach volleyball together with Marcus a few weeks back. Oh, that sounds fun. Glad you two know each other already. By any chance was the guy named Ruben there? No. No. Ah, good. Why'd you ask? He's my 9 older brother. He plays with Marcus all the time. Thankfully he didn't give you any stigmas about me. Your brother can be quite intimidating. I've met him before. Please tell me he didn't talk about me. He didn't. Thank the Lord. I actually think he's pretty cool. I watch his podcast and I love hearing about his volleyball stories. Oh, well, at least you're not his younger sister. You don't have to deal with his guff. I'm sure that can be a pain in the butt. But don't let me scare you away from him. I may be a somewhat biased source. Oh, that's an understatement. Danny whacks Johnny with a curled up fly, then puts it back. Speaking of flies, you can sign up for auditions now if you want to. It's nothing much, just a 15-minute session for you to demonstrate your current skills. If you have something prepared, great. If you don't, that's also fine. Plus, I can always teach you instruments if you want to play one. This group is more recreational than anything. He can sign up for audition now if he wants. I brought the clipboard this time. Well, thanks, Lauren. Could you get it for me, Kenny? Sure. Kenny retrieves a clipboard and pen with time slots on it. He takes a quick glance at the board. Auditions are between 7 and 10 p.m. We have some openings between 8:30 and 9:40. Do you want to sign up for one? Sorry, but I think I'll pass. Okay. You can always sign up by next Thursday if you decide you're interested. Okay. Well, it makes that walk-ins, but only there's an open slot at that time. That sounds good to me. Well, speaking of sounds, the beach volleyball club is meeting in 20 minutes. Are you going, Kenny? Oh, shoot, I forgot about it until now. Oh, I couldn't remember why I packed my swim trunks in my backpack today. Guess you have a reason now. Yeah. Danny, would you mind if I leave my keyboard here? You can bring it over to me at the campus beach in a few hours? Sure, not a problem. Awesome. Thanks for doing this. Have fun getting sand up your ass. What happens to my ass is none of your business. As Kenny looks away, Johnny turns to Danny. I'm surprised he's not worried about his luscious mane. Do I need to whack you a second time? I see you all on Monday. Bye. You want me to wait for you to change here? And now I can change you in the restrooms there. Okay. I think it'll take us 10 minutes to walk there. I have the directions pulled up on my phone. Kenny takes a look at my Maps app. That's the route I normally take. Lead the way. We arrive at the courts with a few minutes to spare. Half a dozen guys or so are setting up the courts, laying out lines and balls around the nets. Within the mix, Marcus pops out to greet us. Hey, Kenny, Evan. Hey, Marcus. We're glad to see you both made it. Could you help us finish setting up? Sure. All right. The three of us head over to one of the courts. Marcus picks up the middle buckle from the lines. Could you two help me with the corners? We both nod and head to opposite sides. As soon as we bury the line stakes, we hear someone call the group's attention. Welcome to the Beach Volleyball Club. That's what everyone came here for, right? A few people laugh while the rest of us exchange facetious glances amongst each other. Looks like I didn't scare any of you off. Oh well. I'll kick things off. My name is George. Well, I'm Henry. We're the president and vice president of the Beach Volleyball Club. Our club is a place for beach beginners and veterans alike to get reps in. If you're looking to learn and grow your love for the game, you come to the right place. Plus, our members can participate in beach tournaments representing our school. We're a part of a collegiate league called the CBVL. Basically, we and several other schools host tournaments open to college students. Well, because does that mean I could have competed last year? I'm not really sure. I don't know if your school has to be part of the league to be eligible. Do you have a question? Not really. Do you have to be attending one of these CBVL schools to participate? I don't see why. Your school doesn't have to have a club or anything to compete, just as long as you're a college student. We have one so we can host events and give people here the chance to find new partners. And again, this whole thing only started a couple of years ago, so everyone's still joining in. A great question. What's your name? Evan. Glad you chimed in, Evan. So normally what we do here is... George continues giving us the rundown of the club, mentioning how our meetings were just weekly practices that ran for 2 hours. Normally this many people we could do an icebreaker right here, but we have a better idea. Care to explain for us, Henry? Sure. First we'll do a warm-up with a partner. Introduce yourself to them, then we'll run through some drills with everyone and sprinkle in some icebreakers with them. Is everyone ready? Wait! Vic speed jogs towards the court but gives up halfway, folding over and panting with his hands on his legs. Three of his teammates follow behind, making much more progress than him. Well, it seems like the varsity boys are here just in time. Varsity boys? Oh, another term for intercollegiate. Rolls off the tongue easier. Our practice ended a little late for us today. Did we miss anything? Anything you haven't heard already from last year? Alright. Vic eventually reconvenes with the group, dragging his body to get here. Now that everyone is here, let's break off into partners. There should only be 2 pairs to a court. Want to break us off, Henry? Sure. Everyone brings their fist up to the centre of the circle. SV on 3. 1, 2, 3. SV! The group disbands as players start partnering up and walk into the courts. Seems like everyone has a partner. Except... Hey, Evan, I want to warm up together. Kenny seems to be lost out there. Does Kenny normally have a certain partner? Well, not that I can recall. He tends to float around when it comes to partners. So he just goes with the odd man out. Oh, basically. Who should I go with this time? So Because with the way I'm playing this, I'm going to go with Marcus this time. But rest assured, Dirk, I have chosen to go for an audition and play with Kenny when I've been playing by myself. I think I'll stick with you this time. Are you sure he'll find someone? Uh-huh. Worst comes to worst, he can join us and we'll do a 3-man rotation. Okay then. Marcus fetches the volleyball from the pile. Well, that gives that far from us to begin with. Do you want to take this side? Sure. It would be so much effort for me to walk to the other side. Well, I thought you were the college athlete. Marcus rolls his eyes as he crosses over the other side of the net. It takes a little time for everyone to find someone, but George finally speaks up. Looks like Kenny found someone at least. Alright everyone, let's start things off simple and exchange names, years and majors with our partners. Hi, I'm Evan. I'm a third-year sports admin major who just transferred here, so I'm new to the area. What's your name? Why don't you take a guess? Now let's get into the actual drills. We'll do 10 passes each across the net. If you mess up, you have to tell your partner your least favourite class this quarter. Marcus and I have no trouble with this drill, easily getting it done within a minute. We have some extra time to converse. It's a bummer we didn't have to share our least favourite classes. Yeah. What's yours? Accounting by far. I was in the library all morning trying to do the homework. Oh, that sucks. It's hard for me to narrow down my least favourite. Oh, my major sucks in general. Marcus goes quiet. Is everybody done? No one objects. Perfect, let's move on to the setting. This time if you mess up, list a hobby you do outside of volleyball. Marcus starts us off, giving me a crisp set over the net. We each make about a dozen sets before I eventually succumb to a toss in a net. So? So what? What else do you do outside of this? Oh. God, what else do I do? I've invested so much time into this sport that I pretty much stopped doing anything else. Do you know what sandbox games are? You mean like Cavecraft? Yeah. I play this one called City Constructor. You probably think I'm as bland as cardboard, more basic than bleach. You build cities in it? No, I build airplanes. Well, thanks for clarifying. Of course. We carry on for another half-minute before the ball spins out of Marcus's hands. Yikes. I'm sure your dad would consider that a good spiral. Please don't talk about him. Shit, I forgot that's a touchy subject for him. Anyway, how about you? What's something else you do besides volleyball? Remember I was showing you my fonts and stuff the other day? Yeah? Well, I kind of want to do more with it. Like what? Oh, I don't know, clothing maybe, like volleyball jerseys? Alright. Maybe you could make stuff for our team then. Alright. Marcus chuckles lightly to himself. We continue on with our remaining drills the next few minutes. After that, George chimes in one last time. And that's it for our warm-ups. Before everyone reconvenes, there's a reason why I only wanted 2 pairs to a court. I turn to look at the adjacent courts. It's because the other pair will be your first opponent. Get to know them a little bit before you start playing. I can see Marcus practically deflated upon seeing our first opponent. What's up? What did I do to deserve this? You did invite the 2 of us to come play here. At least you're not his partner. Vic gasped as he turned to Diego. You better watch your tone, mister. It's not my fault that you're a handful. Only a handful? Damn, I thought Diego's going to be the one giving us a hard time. Hey, played you like a book. You mean a fiddle? Oh my god, Diego was right. Please don't feed the troll, Marcus. I have to deal with him enough in one day. This troll keeps you getting beamed in the face. Sometimes. Not enough to keep me feeling safe. I swear, when we go to open gyms, you purposely leave your block open to make me suffer. How is that even possible? The dude is practically a brick wall. Dude, it's called funneling. You're supposed to pass those. Then you must love funneling me. Funneling to me. Yeah, you know what I mean. Of course I do. I'm sure you don't. How the hell are you an engineer in Major? Stop blushing, Evan. I'm smarter than I look. So you're implying that you look like an idiot? Well, shit. Speaking of which, this dude could have powered a plant with the gas he had after lunch. Well, I can see why you hesitated to come with him today. The dude went to town today on the Athlete's Hall's buffet. Come on, it was Mexican today. Your favourite. And your downfall. So, what's everybody's names? I think you met all of us before, right? Oh. Yeah, I have. My apologies. Well, I'm Vic. I'm fourth year on the intercollegiate team. My major is electrical engineering, and I'm from El Diamante, Califa, where I played club volleyball for. And thank you for your wiki, Vic. No problem. I'll keep mine blunt. I'm Diego, and I'm also a fourth year. For the intercollegiate team. Thanks for clarifying, Vic. That's what I'm here for. All I do is fix shit. Couldn't be any further from the truth. What's your name again? My name's Evan. I'm a third year just transferred from Oak Hills. I'm also Mark's roommate. Oh, that's neat. The group falls deathly silent, figuring out what to do next. Oh, we should get started. I think we're playing the game to 21, right, George? Marcus vocalizes, turning to the blonde human who gives him a nod and a thumbs up. All right. Let's get it. Vic swings down his hand, smashing Diego's on the way down. You moron, we haven't even decided who's serving yet. Ah, crap. Want to roll for it? Diego looks down at his still trembling hands. Vic, I swear to God. Well, I'll let you guys pick. Serve or side? Two exchange a brief glance, mulling over the decision for a few seconds. We'll take this side. All right, we'll take receive. Good luck. We exchange high fives. Our opponents make their way to the other side of the net. Ready? Yep. Diego walks back to serve, taking his time to set up. Everyone ready? Yep. Zeros. With a running start, Diego tosses the ball in front of him and changes into his jump float, running spin on the serve. And I whiffed it. Great. That ball's a goner. Well, I'll get to it quicker next time. Don't worry about it, man. I totally botched up on the timing. Marcus throws the ball back to Diego, who promptly gets ready to serve again. 1-7-0. I got it. Move back. I shovel back a few steps to give Marcus some space. Your line's open. Oh, sit down. You shouldn't swing against his block. Once you swing low and hard like that, you practically have nowhere to go. I guess. I swore that line was open. It wasn't even in my vision when I swung. I'm not going to tell Marcus that. He probably knows already. Ready, Evan? Yeah. We go back to receive. I'm starting to loathe Diego's serve. Move over it, or I'm going to pinch you this time. Marcus takes a few steps right, shrinking the area I have to cover. Damn it, this is so embarrassing from Libero. I'm supposed to be the one that's helping out Marcus, not the other way around. 2-0. The Puma gets set to serve. I need to prove myself this time. I don't want to look like an idiot. Wait, whose ball is it? I shouldn't intrude on Marcus. Up. Great, I'm with you. I think I see a spot open on this side. Should I go for it? Set me straight up. On it. With a step close, Marcus rolls the ball high over Vic's block and deep to their back line. A great spot, Marcus. Thanks. The German Shepherd gives me a high five in response. It seemed like with the flip foot switch, things started clicking for us, much at the expense of Diego and Vic. Go for it, Vic. That ball wasn't even mine. I'm the one blocking you. That's your responsibility. You could have pulled off and gotten it. Guys. It was a tough spot. That's just something that needs to be established beforehand. It takes time to master.
This goes completely against what I learned with indoor. Everyone already has established responsibilities, no matter who you play with.
Diego turns to Vic.
You would get that ball no problem if this was indoor.
And it isn't. 20 feet of sun is way harder to move than 20 feet of wood floor. What now, Diego?
I just find it funny people here still won't adapt to metric. Hearing feet use for measurement makes me wince a little.
Amerigo just started converting to it 5 years ago. Don't expect me to be citing everything in Europa units anytime soon.
Vic, you use metric all the time in your major.
So?
You should be used to it by now.
You think I go around using what you learn in class every day?
Yes.
That's the point of going to college. I don't see you waving around your stocks left and right.
You would fall asleep if I started talking about stocks with you.
Well, I think I have to agree with Diego here. Even I have a better attention span than you.
Vic?
Huh?
Have you ever had a CAT scan before?
No. Why'd you ask?
I'm just curious what's in that head of yours.
Pure unbridled intelligence.
Is it so complex that I wouldn't understand it?
Boy, would I be curious too.
Maybe we should leave the academics for the classroom.
Way to ruin our fun, Buzzkill.
Huh? Did we bore you that much, Evan?
Of course not. If anything, I should be getting to know you all better.
Well, lucky for you, this is a social club.
Just don't expect us to give out our numbers willy-nilly.
Who said I wanted your numbers?
Well, if we wanted to share, I wouldn't mind.
Just getting to meet people because I'm new here, you know. I try to laugh off my own comments.
I get it, man. You want to hang out with the cool kids.
I'm one of the cool kids.
Of course you are. You're the one who got me and Diego out here.
Well, I want to say Shock Roger and Ruben couldn't convince you.
They can be quite demanding whenever they invited us to play.
There's no competition with them every time. Hey,
speaking of which,
are you guys done with your match yet?
Well, it's finished. Evan and I won 21-15.
Great, I'll tell George so he can record it. We'll play you two since you won.
Okay.
Roger walks away and talks with George.
Why do I feel sorry for you two?
For once, I have to agree with Vic. Get ready for an ass whooping.
Well, I think we have a shot, right, Evan?
My brain has gone static. Am I really playing against my podcast idols?
Yeah.
I think it's crossed you guys make it out alive.
What do you mean, make it out alive?
Oh, nothing. Have fun.
Vic and Diego wave goodbye to us. They head off to find their next match.
Oh.
Hey, guys.
Hey, welcome to the club.
I feel like I've seen you before. Yeah. I'm Mark's roommate.
Oh, that's where I know you from. The other guy got absolutely wasted at Vic's party.
Yeah, that was me.
It's great to see you doing better.
Yeah, you got me pretty worried there.
We had a got poison control, things got really out of hand. I think we're pretty fortunate your friend didn't get anywhere close to needing that.
My name's Evan.
Like I said, I think that night was relatively tame. Compared to what happened to the frat houses over here.
We all go to the bordering houses, decorated with various flags over the balconies. The typical college ones.
Did you hear what happened to Kappa Sigma Nu last week?
You mean a guy who fell off the balcony?
Yeah, and off the bluff. Heard he's still in critical condition. Thought he would have died from that.
I forgot those houses were inevitable death traps. Seriously, have they not been blackballed from renting those houses?
I'm so glad I stopped Danny from going to that party. She got an invite from him?
Is it hard to get into a Kappa Sig Nu party?
That house is pretty exclusive with who they let in. Even athletes have a really tough time trying to get in. Unless you're close with someone there, you're pretty much screwed.
Damn, that's rough.
From what I hear, they go pretty hard. Like they're the people who tend to get the cops called in by every Saturday night by 1 a.m. We just stick to the ones thrown by fellow athletes. We know how to keep things going too wild.
Roger takes a look over the hyena on the other court.
Most of the time.
He picks up 2 balls laying on the court and tosses one to Marcus.
I need to warm up?
No, we're pretty warm from the last game.
Same. Want to roll for it?
Well, they haven't roll against you.
Marcus, are you trying to lose? You know I suck at this.
I'm ready when you are.
The 2 canines walk off the court and give us room to roll. We walk to the sideline as Marcus tosses me his ball.
Ready?
On your mark.
3, 2, 1, roll.
Roger and I bowl our balls across the court. His stops a foot shortly opposite sideline, while mine... maybe you're right.
You think? Well, I'll take this side. Do you want serve or receive? Alright, good luck.
We exchange high fives as we cross into the net.
Is this even real? I can't believe I'm playing semi-pro athletes today. What if I made the wrong decision? We could be done for before we even start.
Do you want to serve first? Yeah, sure. Marcus walks to the back line and retrieves a new ball. Is everyone good?
Yep.
The zeros.
A nice swing, Marcus.
I could have done it without you.
Roger laughs to himself and rolls his eyes.
I see a channeling your inner Chris.
Who?
His old partner.
He hit the ball over on 2 a lot.
How does it feel to be the one getting kills instead of assisting?
Well, not bad, but I still enjoy insisting on my partners.
So you're less selfish. Hopefully that works out for the 2 of you.
Are they smack talking with me?
Oh man, I'm really in their clique now.
Well, let's see if you keep it up. 1 serving 0.
Damn, that was fast.
Are you going to be okay?
Yeah.
I think I'm more hurt by the fact that now I've been beaten by 2 players who can slide.
Well, I assume Vic is the other one.
Yep.
Oh, need to feel bad. We've been practicing a lot for varsity. We're trying really hard to make our middles versatile.
Yeah, Ruben has a lot of tricks up his sleeves.
This guy helped me out on my shots. It's amazing how much you've improved over the past 2 years.
I'm impressed with how good both of you are, considering you both play indoor for most of the year.
Well, there's some crossover with them. It's easy enough to get rusty when you're doing some sort of volleyball year-round. But we usually start training around May, so we're pretty seasoned by now. Did someone say seasoned? Yeah.
Pay attention, Vic.
You can't let food get the best of you. But it's my life source. Same with everyone.
The 2 heckle each other a little longer, cracking jokes between their rallies.
As for us, well, any updates on the first tournament?
I think that's George's responsibility. Rumour has it Delgato is hosting one next Saturday.
Are they any good this year?
Oh, quite. And we have to face them twice.
Same with us. Our club and varsity conferences are pretty much the same, which means we both have to face Los Ojos and Califa State.
Don't you also have Frankfurt in yours?
Oh, don't forget my hometown's uni, Corazon Beach.
I was thinking about transferring there. How do you think they'll fare this year?
Actually, pretty well. I think this is the toughest our conference has been in years. I'm pretty sure the Southwest Conference teams will be in the top 20 this year.
Damn, that good?
Yeah, they got this panda setter who's 6'10" and can swing left-handed.
What a combo.
There's 2 right sides on Los Ojos club team just like that who switch up between setting and hitting.
Boy, I don't envy you.
But do either of them play beach?
Well, as a matter of fact, yes. I think I've seen all 3 of them sometime during last season. Pandrin's partner sure gave us a run for our money once or twice. Well, we managed to fend them off each time.
That makes me wonder, do a lot of the varsity players compete in these events?
Oh yeah, most of the coaches want their players playing on the sand to keep up their stamina and scrappiness up.
But doesn't that make it unfair for amateurs like me?
I mean, like Marcus.
Damn it, I could get the worst of both worlds. I'm not good enough for varsity, but I'm also screwed over by the club rules.
Anyway.
Who do you expect to be at this tournament next Saturday?
Probably most of the Southwest schools. Maybe some players from the North Coast Conference like Enbridge and Pacifica View.
Sounds pretty tough to me.
At least they'll give me a taste of good competition that you can't keep up with.
Shall we continue?
Sure, we can save the banter for later. I'll serve first.
Reuben throws him a ball from the sideline. The maned wolf then gets ready to block at the net.
Everyone ready?
Yep.
Uh-huh. Ready. Okay then, well all.
What a serve. Roger grins a little, trying to hide his pleasure.
Thanks.
I don't know how to make those pro beach players keep up with these serves. They make them look so easy.
It's all in the body cues. See the subtle things like a drop of the elbow for a short serve or a bow run for a strong attack. Even I still struggle with it from time to time.
It just takes practice to get there.
Marcus is quite experienced in that category. It's why we haven't been serving him.
You make me sound better than I really am. I just feel it out when it comes to passing. You better teach me how to feel it out someday. What the hell did I just say?
Let's keep going.
20 minutes later. We've been holding our own so far. Even if the score is a bit one-sided, we've been pretty competitive in most of our rallies.
He's taking line. Go deep angle. Line. I'm with you, Marcus. Set me here. Great set.
I high-fived the German Shepherd with enthusiasm.
You really hold us on that one. Great cover. Ready to switch sides?
Sure. One serve, Evan. One serve. In my peripheral, I can see Marcus waving his right fingers, telling me to serve Reuben. Cues. Reuben's dropping his elbow.
Pull off, Marcus.
He's too late. I can't even come close to saving that one.
Well, nice call, Evan. I could have reacted earlier.
Don't worry about it. You'll get it next time. We get back to receive.
Match point to 16.
With a two-hand toss, Reuben sends a brutal stand-in float serve. The ball curves left on me as it crosses the net.
Great save, Marcus.
Well, actually, I netted.
What? But it was so good.
Well, I landed in it on the way down. But it was worth a shot.
Still, nice attempt.
Oh, thanks.
Good game, guys. I definitely look forward to playing you two again next time. You gave us some good competition.
My podcast heroes thinking I'm good competition has more than made my day.
I have value. You just got lucky. You'll crumble eventually.
But can I keep up this standard of play? What if I burn out?
Hey, Evan, have you ever played spikeball before?
A spikeball? I don't think I have. I've had teammates who mentioned it before, but I never got to try it.
Basically, it's like volleyball, except you try to hit the ball into the net.
That goes against everything I stand for. I hear a few abrupt exhales from the group. That counts as a laugh, technically.
Oh, I can show you sometime. It's 2-on-2, so it's kind of like beach. Speaking of which, are you down to play spikeball next week?
Oh,
Yeah, sure. I'll let you know once I have my schedule down.
Okay.
The four of us head to the sidelines and fetch our backpacks. Marcus pulls out his phone while Reuben and Roger watch the adjacent game. What I can see of it, the game is in a stalemate going back and forth between deuce and match point. Things seem to have intensified since I last checked.
Ah, come on, Vic.
Vic rolls his eyes and rolls the ball over to Henry, who's now serving for match point.
23, serving 22.
The bear makes a quick step close and a hop, serving a deep jump float to Vic.
Set me tight.
Diego runs down Vic's shaky pass, passing it 5 feet off the net.
Up.
I'm with you. Vic's taking line, swing angle. Yes, that's it, George.
George falls to the ground and sprawls out, raising his arms in the air and spreading them for Henry to pick him up.
You're on fire out there. I can't believe you got that hit.
I can't believe it either. That was some great defence.
The four players greet each other one last time, congratulating each other on a good game, and then split ways.
This is why you listen to your teammates. You gave them a free pass. That's better than your sloppy work. You're supposed to be the scrappy player. Why can't you suck it up and adapt? You can't just smash everything that's near a net. Smashing everything? You didn't give me anything good to work with. And your responses hit directly to your opponents? If you'd have listened to me and put me tighter, I could have gone elsewhere. And that's all the time we have for today's practice. Before we go, I have a few details I want to share.
All the players come and gather around the centre court.
First of all, thank you everyone for coming today. These initial weeks help us measure interest in the club, so your attendance gives us a good barometer for that. Next up, tournaments. Since most schools are on a semester system instead of quarter, the season is quickly approaching. Shocking, right? Because of that, the CBVL tournament schedule is already released. The first event is next Saturday at Delgato.
Just a reminder for anyone who's new here, this isn't a team sport like the Women's Beach League. You and your partner are your own team. If you want to play with someone from a different school, that's all good. As long as they're a current college student, then they're eligible. Carry on, George.
Thanks. Registration is open now. Teams will be accepted first come, first serve, so the sooner you sign up, the better.
George goes on to give more details, expands upon the beach season and advertises the indoor club, whose first open gym is next Monday.
And yeah, that's all I got. Unless you have anything to say, Henry, we'll call it a day.
Just one thing. Every year we host one of the tournaments. We'll be doing it next month, so as always I'll need some volunteers to help with the setup and stuff.
I'll remind everyone to have people sign up the closer we get, but feel free to talk to me before then if you're interested. This is the opportunity I've been looking for. Organising a beach tournament's been my dream for years now. Even if the NBVL fell through, maybe I can start here.
So yeah, that's my spiel. Cap it off, George.
Alright, let's bring it in. If you're from our indoor club, you know the call.
Henry leads the chant, raising his fist to the centre of the circle. Everyone follows suit.
SV on 3. 1, 2, 3. SV!
The group disbands, some people breaking off into their own cliques while others straight up leave. For me, however, the only thing I can think of now is talking to Henry. Almost instinctually, I head over to the bear who's still talking with George. Hey, Henry?
Yeah?
I was wondering if I could help you to run the tournament. I read sports management. I tried applying for the MBVL. It's so hard to find sports management.
Wow. Seems like you're quite experienced.
So you're the guy Marcus says to love run tournaments. You had a lot of great things to say about your work. Yeah, like the time I set up a 12-team tournament junior year of high school. He's my partner. I managed to organise everything from nets to schedules to prizes.
Not bad.
Henry takes a moment to ponder something. Am I repelling him? Oh, shit.
Well, it's funny. Out of all the guys that play volleyball with us, none of them want to help out with that. Not even the sports management majors.
Well, I'm not like other guys. Nice going, Evan. So, yeah. If there's any sort of tournament organiser role you need to be filled, you know who to call. What's only a 2-second pause in reality feels like hours to me.
Well, as a matter of fact, I am. George normally steps up to help me out with it, but it's not his forte.
It really isn't.
So yeah, if you want to fill in his role of co-tournament organiser, the position is yours.
My heart almost stops beating. This is it.
Yes, for sure. I mean, yeah, I'd love to.
Cool, I'll add you to the league's email group. Once they give us the go-ahead for our event, we can go from there. Thanks for the help.
Of course, any time. This can't be real. As my dream come true starts to sink in, I feel something scrape my shoulder repeatedly. Evan?
Jesus bloody fucking Christ!
Sorry, Kenny, I'm really easy to fright. Sorry about that. I was wondering if you guys wanted to come over with me to Danny's place tonight. We'll have drinks and games.
Those games include listening to World Vision songs.
Yes, a little bit.
Then count me in. You know I'd never hate on your hobby.
Of course, right. Well, count me in too. I'm always up to hear new things. Plus, I heard you mention drinks. Yeah. Now, what time should we be there? Danny says the house will be ready by 8. Great, see you then. Uh-huh. The line walks away, heading towards Marcus. So yeah, thanks for reaching out to us. We'd love to also see you at our indoor open gym. Of course. See you guys on Monday.
You mean tonight?
Ah, shoot. I forgot about that.
Maybe you should tape a sticky note to your head so you don't forget.
Yeah, it might have to have took me this long to forget. See you then. Well, let's see where Kenny went. I find him talking with the varsity guys and Marcus. So, can you come? Ah, shoot. Ruben and I have to work a women's game tonight. Otherwise, we'd love to join. I'll come back eventually. It is my house, after all. Why does he sound so ominous? Thanks for the invite. Yeah, no problem. The two athletes head off their game.
Why is he act so defensive whenever you go over to Danny's house?
Wait, who? Reuben, you dinkus. He thinks you have the hots for his sister.
Oh my god, that's the stupidest thing to be petty about. He realizes his sister is in college now, doesn't he?
Doesn't make him less protective over his younger sister. I don't get it. He knows Danny and I are just friends. Right? Seriously, we're just friends who play music together. There has to be something that's ticking him off. Tell me, Kenny, how often do you go over to their house? Like once or twice a week, usually. Oh, boy. And when you're there, how often do you two hang out alone in a room with the door closed? A couple of hours each time. That's just because we need to record stuff and have good sound absorption. Record stuff? Music, Vic. Oh, man, Kenny's letting them on. The hyena starts to giggle, rubbing his hands together, giddy from what he just heard.
You're acting like a middle schooler. Ruben's just being a good brother and making sure she doesn't end up with someone bad.
But I'm not a bad guy. Does that mean you two are actually more than friends? Come on, I'm calling as I see it.
Kenny, you're a great dude. No matter what kind of relationship you have with her, Ruben will eventually see you for the man you truly are.
Oh my goodness, even you're saying it's a relationship.
Relationships don't have to be romantic.
They can just be sexual.
Do I have to smack you again? As I was saying, whatever you guys are, friends, acquaintances, potential interests, whatever you are, if you show your true character to them, they'll come to appreciate you and respect you for it. Some people take time to convince, some more than others. And if they're being unreasonable about it, screw them.
Well put, life counsellor.
I'll leave it to George to give us accurate info about the psychology stuff.
Speaking of George, he and Henry are also coming tonight. Yeah, I was going to mention that. And also, this raccoon is now co-tournament organiser.
Oh, good for you, Evan. You'll be a great fit.
Thanks, Marcus. I was really nervous at first. They gave me assurance. You also mentioned how you recommended me to them.
Well, it's the least I can do for you. You're a perfect fit, and I might as well plug you in here.
I wonder if Kenny plugs into anything.
The hyena gasps.
Kenny, how could you? Payback, baby. Why, you? The two proceed to slap fight for the next few seconds, only to be cut off from a call from the distance. Hey, Kenny. A company hero is Johnny, lugging Kenny's keyboard. So much for taking responsibility over it. The two step into the sand and walk over towards her with a sense of urgency. We got some great news for you. To be continued. Oh, that's a nice cliffhanger to leave it on. What is the great news, I wonder? I hope you enjoyed that. That was Build 3 of Ocean Avenue. It's always a fun one to play. Even if, like me, you don't know volleyball, it's still pretty easy to follow it through. And yeah, if you liked it and play it, feel free to let Dirk know what you think on the itch and whatnot. And you can always pass on comments to me and I will pass them on to him as well. Because it is very difficult to get an idea and then actually write it down, and even worse, share it with people. I know that one. So it's really good to help out. And he does have a Patreon as well, so if you'd like to support Dirk's Patreon, then I suggest you go over there and check it out and see if you can help him out. He also does loads of great videos on YouTube as well. It's kind of like me, but more entertaining with more thoughts on stuff. Which he just mentions. I should have read through this before. Well, I hope you enjoyed that one. And as we're talking about Patreon, I really have to give a mention to Popot, Grizz, Evan King, David Taylor, The Beholder, Samuto, Distance, Brandon Bradford, Aluba Silverwind, Ida Corval, Tiger Cub, Rusty Alvarado, Gunnar Muller, Brian Hall, Marcus and Leames for being the top patrons on my Patreon. And the link is in the description as always. So that was the latest Motion Avenue. We have one more weekend in May to go. And I have absolutely no idea what we're doing next weekend. It's a surprise to me as to everyone else. I'll try and decide before then though. And it's time to wrap up. But if you are also in Canada, have a great long weekend. May 2 weekend. The rest of you, hope the normal weekend for you is good anyway. And that's it for now. Until next time. Thanks for watching and bye for now.